Hi everyone, RV Debs here. I know I'm late. I hope you still want to come in and have a little chat with me. Okay, I was running late because I had dinner with Kathy and Mark, and we started playing games, and before I knew it, I was already late. I was already late. But I'm here. I'm here now. It's Monday! Yay, another new week. So nothing. Monday's the same to me as Friday, actually. Hi, Linda. Sorry I'm running late. I know most people are already thinking I'm abandoning tonight, but I got over there and we were playing games. We played aggravation and baseball, and then I realized when I was walking back over, it was Monday, and so I had to feed the dogs. They got their food. Everybody's happy. So, how's everybody? How are you doing tonight, Linda? You feeling okay? I know you're going through some rough times. No, I'm the one that messed up tonight, but oh well, right? You doing okay? Hanging in there? Constantine, hello. How are you? Running a little late tonight, you guys. You doing okay? I know, Linda, it's not going to be that great for a while, but you'll get through it with help from friends and family, right? So, anyway, anything happening with you, Constantine, on your new job? I hope you get it. So, how's everybody doing though? Tell me. I really can't believe how late I am, but it's not like I got a job or anything. Hi, Amanda. Amanda. Well, today and yesterday I was working on a mandala. I'm still finishing it up. I got some empty spaces. It's a lot of work went into that one. Usually these last ones in the book are the hardest ones, and I just always passed them by. But this will be cool when it's completely done. Hi, Doreen. Hi, Judy. Good to see you guys. Yay. Anyway, that's what I did today. And I made this today. A new necklace, which I'm wearing. I haven't even taken pictures of it yet. A lot of colors on that one, I know. This is a cool thing though. It's kind of chunky. Lots of beads. And that's the newest necklace. Dare to Dream, yes, they do. When you get a book of them, I'll show you in a minute. The book looks like this. And in the book, like you can see I'm almost done. There's like 50 pages. This one's volume 2. I already did volume 1. Hi, Carrie Joe. And so I kind of pick them as I go, but man, the ones I've left, they're, not that they're hard, but they're intricate. Some of them are really crazy. Some of them aren't. I'm just trying to do all of them. Hi, Every. It's raining in Dallas area, huh? It's not here. I just took a video before I came in. The sunset, gorgeous and very mild temperature. Just beautiful out there right now. Oh yeah, your second interview is not till the next week. That's great though. You're going to be so good at that. Yep, everybody put a little prayer in Constantine's second interview, which is a good thing. I mean, how could they turn you down? You're such a super wonderful, adorable man. Any place would be lucky to have you. Yeah, we could use the rain. We don't have any rain here, though. which is fine. I mean, you know, I'm glad someone's getting rain. So, how you doing tonight, everybody? Judy and Linda and Constantine and Doreen, Amanda. I just love you guys. Hey, Marion, how are you? So good to see you, too. How's Patrick doing? I miss him. Minnow Fairy. I'm so sorry I ran late tonight, but I forgot, you know, really that it was Monday. I didn't think about it. And then Kathy and Mark said, come on over for dinner, which I did video. Kathy made meatloaf and all good stuff. Lima beans and carrot salad and little red bliss potatoes. So I ate dinner there, and then after dinner, we got into games, and before I knew it, it was 8 o'clock, and I came home going, oops. And I had a couple friends that go, are you okay? I'm okay. I just, you know, I had a good time playing games. Hi, Kimberly. Hello, John King. Nice to see you back. Yay! So, I had a really nice home-cooked dinner, and I didn't have to cook. But then I knew I had to cook for the dogs because they were out of their dinner. So, I did have to cook hamburger before I started this live stream. I didn't do a lot today. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Vanilla Rain. Nice to see both of you coming in. Have a seat, relax, get yourself something to sip on. Nice and good water. So I'm a little late, but you know what? It's okay. I don't really have to punch a time clock. Hi, Maryland. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good friends here already. It's nice. If you talk to Patrick, Marion, and Marion is Life Unboxed, everybody, please tell Patrick to give me a call sometime, or just tell him I'm sending him a big fat hug. A big old hug. He gives good hugs. I really, really would love to see him again. Hi, Linda. I like being retired myself, Linda. That's why, you know, I'm a little late today, but I don't mean to. Normally I do like to stick, you know, with a plan, but we can do it. Don't forget to, a thumbs up means that you want me to do this, and that's the only way I really, other than you telling me, give me a thumbs up and I'll know to do these live streams. But I enjoy doing them, so, you know. Yep, so today I really didn't do a lot. I took a shower. That's no big deal. I made beads, pretty necklace, had dinner, and played games. Now that's a life of a retired person. Plus I watched, a Netflix. I was looking for something to watch yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think so. Anyway, it took 2 days. I saw Land on Netflix. It's a series, only one season. Has anyone else seen Land? And the I is with an I and then dash land. Anyway, it's a good show. And Kathy and Mark are now watching it. And the thing I liked about it was, you know how, remember the show called Lost? And it never ended, and you never figured it all out. Well, at least this, in the one season, there's a beginning, a middle, it's all weird and crazy, but at the end, it was a good end, you know? Exactly, Linda. I am definitely a happy retired person. Someone left me a comment that said, maybe you should get a job, a part-time job, you know, and well, I live in a town of 1,130 people, and it's not like you can, first of all, there's not a lot of jobs. You could work at the grocery store or Dollar General, basically. And I don't want to do either one, so I don't need to work. I mean, I need to earn extra, but I do that on my own, with my own abilities. My Etsy shop helps. And YouTube's good. It's good. It's a little bit of income. I really appreciate it. I haven't watched Crown, but Kathy said she loved it. But I Land is a really interesting, far out um, series. And what it's, I'll tell you basically what I Land is about. It starts off, and I won't give anything away, but it starts off, there's people on the beach like as if they were shipwrecked, like they're all like laying, and they wake up. And they're all far apart. They're not close. And there's several people, I can't remember how many, at least 10, maybe more. Um, and Anyway, they wake up and they're all wearing like pants and t-shirts with a long sleeve white shirt on. And the white shirt, if they when they take them off, there's a tag, and that's like what they call each other because they don't have any memory. They don't have any idea where they are, who they are, no memory of past, and that's the start of it. And it's good. It's a good. I had a good time watching it. Marilyn says, totally, Kathy told us today about the home edit on Netflix. Home edit. I watched an episode, but both people had a closet bigger than my bedroom. Yeah. I think everybody has a bigger closet than me. Exactly, Linda. Yeah, I don't need to work. And like, I mean, some of the people get paid, I think they make $8 an hour. At least I know that one of our relatives hire people, and I wouldn't work for that. I'll just I can think, I was going to do a video. I might still do a video on it because I know Glenda Sully always does these living on Social Security videos. And I can do the same thing. I can do a living on Social Security videos. I just can't do it the way she does it, but we're all different, so, you know. I don't want to do a jewelry show. I just want to like make what I feel like making, put it on Etsy, tell you guys about it, put it on Facebook once in a while, and show you what I'm making, and that's what I want to do. If I paint the same thing, I don't want to. For so many years, I stood at craft shows and set up art shows and, all trunk shows and just you name it. And Kathy and I did it for years. We're talking 25 years together working like that. So I just, I'm going to make it on Social Security. I wished I would have in my youth, had thought about getting old and put money away every time I had a paycheck, like you're probably supposed to do. But I honestly didn't do that and never got wealthy on singing and playing guitar or doing arts and crafts shows. And when we did make money, we went on a vacation in our lives. And so it's my own fault that I don't have a real good nest egg, but most of my friends don't have nest eggs either. Sure, some people have big jobs in their life and they put away a few $100,000 investments and stock markets and they got, a beautiful home and maybe sell it and move to Florida and make a profit. I don't have anything like that. But I did have a really super life. I got to do a lot of things and I'm not suffering at all. I mean, I have all I really need. I really do. Thank you, Vanilla. I have sold, you guys can look on my Etsy shop. It'll tell you how many things I've sold. I've sold in the last 5 years something like 450 items on Etsy. Hi, Sassy. So I'm really grateful, and that's God's gift to me is my creative talents. And but anyway, living on Social Security, I'm not a good budgeter. I know what I have to spend every month. I'm logical. I'm sensible too. I don't just go buy stuff. But I make it. I sometimes have to wait for the check to come, but I've always got food on my table, and the dogs eat good, and gas in the car. I have enough. I do. Happy last night of summer. Is that right? Tonight's the last night of summer. Goodbye, summer. I'm saying bye. Happy go. See ya. I know, Sharon, that's exactly right. When you're young, you don't think about getting old. You're not going to get old. And then when you turn around and you're in your 60s and you realize that, you are getting old, you just have to do the best you can. And I'm very glad that I think if I wasn't married to my husband and I was just on my own Social Security, oh, I'd be in big trouble. I wouldn't be able to live on just mine. But when he passed away, I got some of his, so I have enough. I do. I mean, I can't live in a wonderful rental. I can't afford a big old fancy place, but my little RV is okay, even without hot water. I don't have hot water anymore. Hi, Ace. Yeah, the water heater, it's 15 years old. And I checked. It's seeping from the tank. It probably is rusted and cracked. Mark checked it too and got on the floor. We really did check it out. So we emptied it and drained it out, turned it off, and I still have water. And I don't shower here. I haven't showered here in a long time. I go to Cat and Mark's. My towels are there, my shampoos, everything's already in their shower. And that's how close we are, okay? We're family. Anyway, that's where I shower. So now it's a little bit of a bummer because I do like to be able to turn the hot water on, I'm used to it. But I'll make sure I have a beautiful kettle that I can actually dial in 160 degrees on this kettle, which is on my review page in my playlist. Anyway, that really is nice. So I can get the water hot, but not boiling, so I don't kill myself. Carrie Jo said that lots of people live check to check. Wages, Social Security have not kept up with it. No, it hasn't. You're right. I mean, that's the thing about, I was going to say, the point I would probably do in a video is that you can live on Social Security okay. You can. You can work it out. There's food banks once a month, all kinds of stuff. But if something goes bad, like the hot water heater or your air conditioner, then you don't have the money for it. Social Security doesn't going to give you extra to fix anything. And that's kind of sad that there's not more help for people that are over 65, to be able to repair something with a discount for being senior. Oh, well, I'll live. Carrie, let's see, Marilyn, she says, I didn't save a lot before I retired, but my house is paid off. So my bills are now minimal and I'm finally saving. That's great. Yeah, I mean, one thing about it is I don't know any money. I have the RV's paid for, the truck's paid for. Do I want a new truck or a new van? Yes. And in my old way, if I was doing arts and crafts shows, I'd buy a new van, but I don't have the energy level that I had then, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Hey, Carol, how are you? Yes, I'm just going to be fine, and I am fortunate. I've already been showering over there. I've been here 3 years. I think after the first few months, Kathy's like, why don't you just shower over here, and that way I could use storage in my tub shower area. And that's what I do. I am going to stay really in a good frame of mind in regards to things because it would only just bring me down, and I don't want to be brought down. I'm fine. Things are going to be just fine. That was a good job, Marilyn. See, I can't say I ever had a job that was really, a career, you know. I played guitar and sang from age, for a living. All of my, I also bartended and waitressed. I mean, don't let me not get it wrong. I did part-time jobs through my music. But from age about 20s all the way to in my 40s, I played the guitar and sang for my living mostly. I did have other jobs here and there. Um, One time I was hired as telemarketer in Clearwater, Florida. A pretty famous place. It was the National Magazine Exchange, is what the name of the what we were doing. But anyway, it was owned by a couple of really young guys, and we had a good time. And I became a supervisor manager at one point. But and I made good money there. But you know that it was temporary. Everything is temporary anyway, really. You know. I don't have a lot to live on. I feel like if I could find someone to share, and I know it's been 6 years since I lost my husband, and I think I could possibly be able to fall for someone new in my life. It would be nice to have where we both have the same similar amount of social and put it together, and then we probably would be it'd be better. Yeah, Marilyn, exactly. I have the tea kettle that it's a special tea kettle because not only does it, it makes coffee, but it has different temperatures, 160, and it says delicate, and that's perfect for doing dishes. Actually, it's still a little hot. And then I have a huge big pot, but you know what I'm doing now? I'm using less. I mean, when I do my coffee in the morning, I don't just put it in the sink and get more stuff and put it in the sink. I just wash it right after. So maybe it's good for me. Marry for wealth. Well, I don't really want to get married ever again, actually. You have to love your job, and you do. And that's why if you can do what you really enjoy doing, then you're happy, you know? Hi, Maya. Welcome. I really do love art, and I do love making jewelry, and I did for years, and I was so fortunate. Kathy, both of us, we really did enjoy it. We got to travel and meet new people. We did the Renaissance Fair for 9 years, which was fun. And then the rest of the time we were together, we did art, just regular art shows, craft shows. Yeah, I look back and I wished I would have put money away for both of us every time we did a show. We should have paid ourselves. And that's really important to younger people. If I could just pass anything to them, is no matter what happens, pay your older self every time you get a check. I don't care if it's $20 out of it, pay yourself. And I didn't do that, and that's what I say. Yeah, there's lots of frogs, and they make a lot of noise, don't they? How are you all tonight, though? I mean, so like, we all kind of like live on, when you get over 60, 65, 70, you're living on either Social Security or you're wealthy and you're fortunate that way. Doesn't mean you're any happier than me, though. Hi, Barbara. Or, no, not Barbara. Bartira. Wow. Bartira Rodriguez Aguilar. Aguilar? No, I've never been in Texas until I moved here, Carol. There is a big Renaissance fair that a lot of our friends did near I can't remember the name of the town now, but it was a big one. But no, we never got to almost juried it in. You have to jury your stuff into a Renaissance fair. Almost did it. Aw, thank you, Maya. Well, awesome. I wish awesomeness and creativity, gave people big bank accounts like the people that had really straight jobs, but those people stayed in one place for 20 years or 30 years, and they didn't get to go all around and be free spirits. So there's good to everything, and I just accept. I accept it. I'm not bitter that I didn't put away money or marry rich. My husband wasn't rich, and we just worked from paycheck to paycheck, week to week, went broke a few times, did really well a few times. If you don't love what you do for work, then you dread what you do. And if you have to spend every day of the week, except for maybe Saturday and Sunday, dreading doing your job, then that's not any life to me. When I got out of high school, I was living in West Hollywood, And I didn't know what I wanted to do, of course, because I was a singer, played guitar, I was a hippie. Not a dirty hippie, more of a clean hippie. I'm a homebody too, Vanilla. I am. But anyway, so my dad was like, why don't you go to medical assistant school? And when I was a kid, I got hit by a car in Buffalo, New York. I was only about 5. And I got $600 back in like 1957 or something. I don't know what I think it was over 600, but right around there. And my dad was like, why don't you go to, medical assistant school and you have something to fall back on, which is funny. Um, and I did. So I went to Lawton School of Medical Assistants in Beverly Hills, California. It was fun. I really did well. I enjoyed it. I interned at the LA Free Clinic. You have to intern after you get out. And I also worked for a gynecologist, an ophthalmologist, and an internal medicine cardiologist. After I did that, I still was not, I wasn't fulfilled. And plus the gypsy spirit in me, but I did stop work. I went, actually, let me tell you, I'll go on. Oh, I'm sorry, Judy. Sometimes you have to like refresh. I am still a kind of flower girl. Um, but doing my medical assistance, in those days, we're talking a long time ago, you could do x-rays, you could do EKGs, I could do injections, I could draw blood. Nowadays you have to have certificates for taking x-rays and ultrasounds and all that stuff. But back when I did it, if you worked for a doctor and he wanted you to learn how to draw blood or how to do an EKG or how to, even do ultrasound to somebody's shoulders or whatever, we did it. And when I moved to Florida, which I moved to Florida from California in 1974, I tried getting back in the medical field, and I kind of did. But it's funny because we're so related to each other. Thanks. I'm an Earth Mother to you, huh? Okay, I'll take it. And at one point, I was working, and I'm playing guitar and singing part times, like weekends. I'm still doing that. Um, I had a call from this guy. Anyway, he said, "Hi, my name is Doctor." His name was Dr. Albin. He's still there. He said, "I heard you were a medical assistant." Now, this is a doctor calling me. I said, "Well, I haven't worked as a medical assistant for a few years." And he said, "Well, I'll train you. Come on in." And anyway, I started working for this guy. And then I got offered a job selling medical supplies. I'm always like trying all kinds of things. And Kathy she was working at Nutrisystems as a secretary. I said, "I'll train my best friend and she can take over for the medical assistant." So I trained Kathy, and the doctor trained her too. And I left that office and Kathy had that job. I mean, her and I have intertwined our lives all the way through, all 40 years. Isn't that crazy? But I always wound up going back to music, and pretty much that's what I did. I'm a toker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight smoker. Get my music in the sun. Cameron, oh, just 2 minutes. Well, 2 minutes with you, Cameron, is better than no minutes. I'm so glad you're here. How's Scotland? Is it a beautiful, are you getting good weather now? We're getting good weather for a change, I gotta say. This is the time if you're gonna visit Texas. Starting now, you're safe. It's beautiful here, pretty much. That's true, Marilyn. People that have had good jobs and have retirement plans and buy stocks, and you know, not all of us did that. I was a gypsy spirit girl, um, roaming from, well, I roam from town to town. Do 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 do. Hi, Anthropeg. Welcome from Cleveland, Ohio. I know the area well. Menoferia says they've had a beautiful day in Michigan, and the colors are changing, and that is the most gorgeous time of the year. I must tell you, if you've never seen autumn, you must. Music's definitely in my blood. Cameron said in Scotland right now where he is, Aberdeen. You're in Aberdeen, right? 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice weather. That's really neat, Menno Ferry, that you're a fabric artist. When I did Renaissance fairs with Kathy, we would camp with all the people during the week, and they'd be doing their work. And there was a really neat lady, and uh, she would batik her fabric, beautiful fabric, and beautiful work, plus dye, but a lot of batiking. I see. I remember that at Aberdeen. So it's a pretty name too, Aberdeen. So that's, the story of my life really is I've just never really put it all together when it comes to finances. Just, yes. It does sound familiar, actually. Aberdeen. It's a pretty name, though. So if I could just go back, and I guess I would have saved more money. I would have probably. I think that's the thing. If you can be smart enough, and when you hit your 20s and 30s, to put that $25 a week away and just put it away for the old you. But when you're young, you don't think, oh no, I don't have to do that. Payday to payday. That's life. I don't like to have regrets. I really don't. And I don't really have too many regrets. One of the regrets is that I wasn't better financially, that I didn't take care of my old Debbie. And if I could, I would. I'm going to light this. This is a candle that Amanda sent to me. And I'm going to light it. This one is Macintosh Apple. Amanda sent me a little pack of these. Yeah, there might be an Aberdeen in Texas. I don't know. Menno Ferry says one can put it all together and then have your company fold. Right, or get your identity stolen and end up without it like us. Hey, anything can happen at any time, and there's nobody that's too above anything, really. Ow. I'm going to have to... I'll do it this way. Lighting candles, you have to be smart. You have to encourage the younger people, but they don't listen, because my grandmother used to always tell us, put something away for a rainy day. And she had a Russian accent. She'd say, Devil, put something for a rainy day. So I use these Q-tips. I get it on fire. Then I can carefully light my candles. There. That's better. Amanda, thank you, sweetie. You're so thoughtful. Some people are just very precious, Oh, really? Vanilla? I'll have to go check it out, Vanilla Rain. My birthday's not until next month, but I will definitely go to my post office tomorrow. Thank you. I'll let you know, though. I'll definitely let you know that I've received it. Cameron says Aberdeen Angus is a famous beef cattle. Best in UK, actually, so I imagine there are many Aberdeen Angus cattle ranches in Texas. You're probably right. You are probably very right. Anthropegs, 1978 says, just found out an old boyfriend who was a penny pincher found out he died last year at 67. And he probably died having a nice big chunk of his pennies all in the bank. Hmm. Got a good deal on something that you know I don't have. Whoa. Now I'm curious. Yeah, it's a good way to light candles. I got plenty of those, and candles burn down, and you can't just put your fingers down in there unless you want to burn. I don't like burns. I can't imagine what it is now. Something that I don't have. Well, I'm excited. It's funny how presents help. Yeah, this one's Apple, Sharon. Macintosh. I just love it. I started, actually, I've always had a few candles in the house, but I hadn't really been lighting them. And then Amanda came to visit, and she was like lighting, we lit a candle, and I really liked it. And it's sort of a calming feeling. So now I'm getting candles and lighting them and, enjoying them. Diane says she knows a few rich people and glad I don't live their lives and they are not happy. I either be happy than have money. Yeah, I mean, money does not buy the happiness. The only thing money does is it buys things that you need or that you feel you want, and you can spend it. Whereas when you don't have money and you want something and need something, you have to think. You have to think about it before you, um, can buy something. But I'm a happy person, and I'm not. I don't know. I just My parents worked all their life too. My dad, when he died, he had $10,000. That was his life savings. That's not a lot of money, and I felt for him. So I'm just like my dad and mom. Hi, Darby. Nice to see you, sweetie. Maya said I always lived in the middle, always had the feeling of abundance, never lived like I was rich. Display of wealth today is a turnoff to me. Same here. I've always had everything. I've always had a car and food on the table and a roof over my head and people that loved me and clothes to put on, and I'm just fine. Really, I am. Marilyn says I get one of those long lighters for the fireplace or the grill. I have a friend give me a wick trimmer. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do trim the wicks. Yeah, to like a quarter of an inch. Try to. Lily and Rosie are fine. Rosie's right here. Rosie. Rosie. Hey. Want a cookie? Later. I give you a cookie later. I promise. Do I remember the Tate? You mean, yeah, like Sharon Tate? Hi, Link. I sure do. I lived there in those days. That was a freaky time. That's right, Marilyn says if you have everything you need, then you have everything you need. Truly. I truly do. I mean, it always could be, a little better, a little fancier, or a little bit more. I'm not going to spend $1,000 to have a hot water heater when all I do is use it for dishes. If I had to spend 1,000, I'd rather have, God forbid I need an air conditioner. That's different. Cameron said I drove past that house on my way to the LA Greek Theater. What house? Oh, curious me, that's okay. I didn't understand it, but hello. Shudder. What? Tell me what house that was. Oh, Sharon Tate. That's right. I'm sorry. So many conversations go on at once. Yeah, that was freaky. Um, we lived in West Hollywood when that happened. Cielo Drive. Terrible time. That was. I've seen the movie too, and just the idea. Craziness. There's still crazy people. We have to be so careful. Westwood's a really nice area, actually. I liked Westwood. Westwood is like UCLA area where all the university UCLA is. And Westwood has, we used to go to Westwood to go to the movie theaters. It was always nice there. Who is Sharon Tate? She was an actress. And she was married to, what was she married to? She was married to someone famous. You don't know who Sharon Tate is? Okay, well, you'll have to Google her. Hello back, curious me. Roman Polanski. She was married to Roman Polanski, and she was a beautiful woman. And she was an actress, but she wasn't like, you know, famous. But she was doing well in her career, and she was pregnant at the time. And you've all heard of Charlie Manson. Yep, Sharon Tate was in Valley of the Dolls, right, Noble? Yes. Anyway, she got murdered by the Manson crowd, and the way she got murdered, you know, 'cause she was pregnant, and it was horrible, horrible, bloody murder. Yeah, it's pretty famous, and there's movies that the Tate murders. It wasn't just them; they murdered other people too. I wonder if anyone lives in that house. Do I remember El Coyote? I don't remember a lot about that, but I mean, it rings a bell. People live in it. I don't think I'd want to live in that house, but it was a beautiful home. It's not an ugly place. You know, Roman Polanski lived there. Um, on Beverly, El Coyote. I've been there. Yeah, it'd be an older, beautiful home, big home. In the Brea. Yes. Vanilla Rain says somebody said that the baby was taken from her because she was dead. I think they murdered the baby. I think they cut the baby out, you know, just gross. 1969. I was 19, and I remember. Link, have I ever seen the Doors on Sunset Strip? Um, I probably did see the Doors before the Doors were famous. Annie Lennox is from Aberdeen, and she lives in the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, the beautiful area of California. Avery says, Debs, what was your favorite decade? Um, I think my favorite decade was probably the 70s, and also the years I was spent with my husband, which would be, I met him 2001, January 6th, 2001. And until 2014, it was good for me. I had the love of my life. So I got to say that that was really a wonderful time. Curious me, I went to the Aquarius Theater a few times. I saw Hair at the Aquarian Theater when it first was there. Yes. X Smelted. I didn't disco really. I mean, I were going disco dancing with everybody, but I was not that into it. I was more of the folk rock kind of girl, you know. Hair was really good. It was one of my very favorite shows. Yeah, I was a kid in the 60s, Lori. It was a good time. We had a really good, it was really fun in the 60s and 70s, even though the Watts riots and all this stuff that people talk about, but I didn't really get into it. I was just a flower child, and it was like, I had an older sister, so I'd hang out with them, and it was good times. Yeah, Hair was my favorite. Godspell was good too, but Hair was my very favorite. Hey, Whispers in the Wind, good to see ya. Yeah, I wasn't really like a hippie where, I like lived in a commune or anything like that. But I was a kid. I was a teenager. 60s and 70s were really good. I remember how everybody was into loving each other. And we just didn't have all the hatred that's happening now. Yeah, thank you very much, Whispers. Yeah, it's getting along, and I'm kind of gonna let it grow for a while. The Age of Aquarius. I love that. I do. I absolutely love that. All the music. I could sing it word for word. I don't sing those songs that well, though. Oh man. Yeah, that was a fun time. You know what happened one time? Okay, I saw Hair at Aquarius Theater a couple times. When I was 21, um, I was engaged at the time to a guy named Frank. We were only married for about a year and a half, and we were not meant to be. But we went to see Hair, and I had my ring on before I got married. Stupid me, I was so young. And I'm going like this while I'm watching Hair. It comes off my finger and rolls, and it's on a slant, like we were in maybe the 20th row. And it rolled all the way down my ring, my wedding ring, before I got married. And it was gone. And I freaked out. It was my wedding ring. And anyway, we did get the ring back eventually, but not before my mom and dad. They always were like savers of me. They saved me. We went out and got a replacement ring. But we got a phone call, and a couple of guys found the ring and gave it back to me. Lori says she danced to the Beatles when she was 7 in her bedroom. I was older than you. I was probably I was like when I first saw the Beatles, I was 13 years old, 1963. Yep, I had every Beatle album, and I got to see them in concert 3 times. Not too many people can say that. Although there is someone in here that went to a concert with, I was at the same concert seeing the Beatles the same time this person was. Isn't that crazy? When you have to think of what your favorite concert you ever went and saw, and I've seen so many, it's really hard to tell you which one was the best. I won't say the Beatles because I could barely hear them. I always think, well, Dan Fogelberg, because I went to see him in concert and he did his album called Netherlands, and it was from the beginning to the end of the whole album, and it was so fantastic. Cameron said I drove to Watts and got lost. I was 20 and 3 young dudes said, "What you doing, man?" I said, a wee bit lost. And the young guys said, "You better split, man." I bet he liked your accent. That probably saved you. I've never seen Elton John in concert. I did see Elton John in person. I was with my friend Michael, and matter of fact, the disco times, and there was a gay club on Santa Monica Boulevard. I forget the name of it. And I was with my friend Michael, who's a gay guy, and we would go out together. And we went to this club, and Elton John was dancing, and everybody knew it was him. He had platforms. They were like that high. I don't know how he could walk in them. And he looked real flashy, like Elton looks. And he was dancing with a guy. I know, but you know, your accent would give it away, Cameron. Can you imagine though? I got to see Elton John, but I wasn't a huge Elton John fan. I mean, he's very talented, and I like him more now. One of my favorite concerts I saw was Linda Ronstadt opened up for Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Good concert. My very favorite concert. Curious me, aren't you the one that went to Dodger Stadium the same time I went? Linda says she's never been to a concert. Wow. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Avery. That's sweet. I have an interesting life. I didn't save any money. I'm just, living on Social Security and my art and my jewelry. I'm very appreciative. Um, let's see. But one of my very favorite concerts, which is weird to say, but it was the Kinks. And the Kinks did an album called Soap Opera. And it was such a great it was a really great album. Very like it was like a show, like a play. And they just started it, and from the beginning to the end, and I was so impressed. I had such a good time. Marilyn says, I didn't get to see the Beatles because my dad said I was too young and you couldn't hear because of all the screaming girls. I was, however, at Patsy Cline's last show. That's a cool thing. I've never seen Frank Sinatra. Greg's Travel says Frank Sinatra at Caesar's Palace and Dean Martin at MGM. Those are two really cool memory concerts. Yeah, me and Curious Me right here, we were at the same concert in Dodger Stadium to see the Beatles the last time I saw them. Patsy Cline's last show. That's amazing. Carrie Jo said Elton John in Vegas. One of my favorites. Yeah, that would be a good show. I saw Elvis Presley at I forget where he played. I don't remember which. It was in Vegas. That was in the like early 70s before he died. I think a couple of years before he died. Yeah, okay, so I went to the Hollywood Bowl and Dodger Stadium, twice Hollywood Bowl and once Dodger Stadium. So you and me, even though it was a big crowd and we probably would have, maybe we sat next to each other. I went alone. My mother drove me and let me off to go to the concert. Cameron said I went to the Cher Farewell Again concert in Vegas in 1999. Yeah, she's still doing it. I loved Queen. I like Queen even more now than when they were popular. Yeah, Cameron, she does. Cher keeps saying it's her farewell concert. She's still doing it and still being strong. I saw Rosie O'Kelly's, she chooched. She walked down the streets of Skid Row in LA. And I had never been to Skid Row. You just don't go to Skid Row, okay? And I never went there. And I really felt so sad. There were street after street of tents and boxes and canopies and people just living on the street homeless. Oh my God, homeless. Ariana Grande, I wouldn't go see her in concert, Snowy, but I like her. But she's not something I would, go see. I've seen James Taylor in concert twice. And he was always wonderful. I saw Dan Fogelberg twice. Both times fantastic. Once with Kathy and once with my friend Steve. But anyway, I felt sad about the people that are homeless, and I was just thinking while I'm talking about all these people that are, famous, why can't all these famous rich stars and producers and writers that have hundreds of millions of dollars, why can't they help the homeless people? There shouldn't be homeless people like that. And there was a lot. It's not one street. It's like blocks of on the street, people living with their stuff all just on the street. How freaky is that? I liked Elvis, but I was more of a Beatle fan because I was little when Elvis was like all the girls were loving Elvis. My sister loved Elvis, but I remember holding one of his Elvis albums and kissing his face. But I liked Elvis, but I didn't like love Elvis. Um, Greg's Travel says always wanted to see Neil Diamond. Yeah, he would have been a good concert. You seem like an old school person. Well, I am kind of old now. I'm a young old person. That's what I am. I'm a youthful oldie. Oldie but goldie. It's fun. It's fun to have memories. Thank God that's what we have. Thank God you can't take away our memories or our freedom. I would love to see Taylor Swift in concert. She seems to have a really good show. How you doing, Kara? Oh, Constantine got to see Neil Diamond at the Hollywood Bowl. Thank you, Greg. I'm a young one, too. Yes, we're young at heart. Carrie Jo says, think what you could do for the homeless with all the money that's being spent on the cardstock campaign mailing. So much money out there that's not spent on the people that need it. Hey, Link, thanks. I feel like I'm still okay. Curious Me said, I grew up in Southern California, now Illinois. Beatles for me. Elvis was family group. Didn't think I would scream, but he was fabulous. Yeah, he was fabulous. Constantine said Barry Manilow and Tom Jones, both at the bowl. I'm glad to see you, Kara. Can you imagine? That's right, Vanilla Rain. She said, I always think about what my generation will be like in nursing homes. I hope that they have like pot party old people, in places where at least you can sit on your rocking chair and get a buzz. Hi, Laura. Curious Me said I saw the Rascals at the bowl. I didn't see them at the bowl. Cameron, I'm so glad you came to visit. I hope you have a good night's. What time is it there? It's 5 hours, right? So it's 2 in the morning. Is it just quarter after 2? Scotland. Are you leaving, Diane? Thanks for coming in, sweetie. Yeah, we're going to rock the nursing home. I'm not going to a nursing home. Greg says the older I get, the more opinions I have. Well, then we're allowed. They're going to have to play our kind of music when it comes right down to it. It's 3:17 a.m. Oh, Cameron, go to bed. Well, that's the time I go to sleep every night, just about, actually. Well, sweet dreams to you. Yeah, that's not good if you have to get up at 7. I would not, I'd be a mess. Because if I had to get up at 7, I'd be like the middle of the night. Yes, Carrie Joe, exactly. We are going to rock our tiny house. I would like to live in a tiny home community with other like minds, and we could all have each other as, it's nice to have someone check up on you just to make sure that you woke up in the morning and you're okay. That kind of a community. Um, it's important, especially since I don't have kids. It's not like I've got children that are going to call me and come over and make sure that I'm okay. Thank God for Kathy, and her two sons love me. But, I would have really wished I'd have had my own kids now. That's one of my regrets, is not to have children. But I guess it wasn't meant to be, you know? You can't always get what you want. Aw, thank you, Kara. I just tell my life. That's what I got. I don't have much more. Vanilla Rain said that's a Florida old age trailer park. Laura says she says 7 a.m. is the middle of the night for her too. Yeah, I'm on like a night owl. I don't know what happens. I never used to be this bad. I never used to stay up quite this late. But I don't know if it's the pandemic. All I know is I don't get that tired. And then around 2 in the morning, I'm like, I better get going. I try to then settle down. Yes, Diane, I'll make sure. I do watch the tiny home, a lot of different tiny home channels. Yes. I love to see what people do. Well, good kids do check up on their parents. I can't even imagine. I know what you mean though. You're right, but Kathy's lucky because her two sons, they're right there for her and for me. I shouldn't say that they're not for me because they would be. But I mean, if I lost my RV, if my RV air conditioner goes out, I will not be able to live here in the summer. I would have to go. I'd have to get out. And then the only alternative around here for me, they've got these senior apartments. They're brick. They're not bad inside, but there's no yards, and your neighbors. You don't choose your neighbors, and I don't want to live like that. I really don't. There's a community forming in Newport, Tennessee. Really? Is it like a tiny home community? Is that what it's? Is that where what's her name of her channel? Serene Life? You mean where she's at? That's it, Rain. Vanilla Rain. Same here. If I have to go, it's going to be like that. I'm not going. I'm staying here. Yeah, I've watched her and I've seen that area. Hi, Julia. Yeah, yeah. I do watch that. I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I really do. Especially women, my age women. I like to see what other women are doing, and men. And I also enjoy people that live on sailboats that are young and they do the stuff, something that I've never done. And I mean, to have a guy and live on a sailboat and go around the world and learn how to snorkel and skin dive. And I mean, these people are living the life. They really are. And then they have a baby. And life changes for them on their boats. Yes, I do keep up with that little tiny home community. I'm watching that. And I watch other tiny home community shows, you know, channels. I find it interesting if I could only afford to take the trailer out of here and build a tiny home right here under my RV carport. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be really, and that would be okay. Kathy and Mark would say, yeah, do it. But I don't, I just don't know if that'll happen. Do I have a photo of myself from the late 60s? Maybe, right. I might have something. Let me look. It's gonna take a second. I have all this crap on top of here. So I'm going to have to move it all. Oh gosh. Hold on. I'm moving it. Almost lost my laptop off the desk. Oops. I have to find these pictures. Would I leave the area I live in now? Yes, I would. If I could, if something happened in my life and I was offered a place and felt good, I would go somewhere else. But there's not much being offered at the moment. Oh, where is it? I can't find it. As soon as I get off of here, I'd find it. I'll have to get my pictures together. But yes, I have pictures of me as a teenager. Good teenager girl. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do ladders either. You're right, as you get older, I would say the same thing. I think it'd be good to have a tiny home and build a loft for your storage for things you don't need very often. Yes, I have Macintosh apple smell all over my home. A little sweet candle here. I like I like vanilla smells. Orange. I love the apple. And then there was one that's caramel. Oh, that would be... I have pictures of my sister, for sure. Yeah, vanilla is a wonderful smell. It's just very good for me. I tell you what, on Friday, I'm going to try to get pictures. I'm going to get some old pictures. Orange is a really good smell. It really is. Well, as far as my Weight Watchers goes, just to say, last week I gained 2 pounds and this week I lost the 2 pounds. So I'm just sort of hanging out. We can do anything on this property, Carrie Joe. There's no building codes or any kind of inspections. That you just build whatever you want on your property. And that's the truth. So I could build, well, I personally couldn't, but I could have a tiny house built or add on or whatever, you know. But and Kathy and Mark, I wish they could add on to their home and make it a little bigger. Costs money. We're all living on social. The two of them, yeah, they live on Social Security too. And they make, Kathy's working for her son about 4 hours a week. And that's about it. No, ex-melted. I wouldn't want to be a teacher, nor would I want to be a substitute teacher. That's really not my forte. Um, and I think substitute teachers do have to have some sort of schooling. You can't just, I mean, I guess you could be a kindergarten teacher helper. Fresh cotton's nice. I have this candle, which is getting very low, and it's called Warm Cotton. And it's a nice smell. Soy candles. That has a real pretty smell too. Is today the 20th? Tomorrow is my father's birthday. And in the Jewish religion, you light a yortzeit candle. They don't have any smell, but they last 24 hours. This little candle, believe it or not. And I'll light that tomorrow for my dad, in honor of my dad. And that's what we do. Oh, Curious Me, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate your company. Yes, that is what I'm gonna do. I mean, I don't like just all of my life. Anyone that passed away, my mother and father would buy yard site candles and light it on the day of their. There's a Jew. If you're really, really, really Jewish, then there's the year of the Jew. It's the different year for the year of, I guess, Israel. But in our family, we just light it on the birthday. I would have a good time being a music teacher. And I think I would be good with kids, but I don't know if I'd want to do it on a full-time basis. I think it's hard. I do. I mean, I got the three boys here, and I see how they are. Now, Nadia is a substitute teacher, actually. And she's good at it. She's really good with kids. At the church, she's the one that teaches them songs at Christmas and a play and all that. This town doesn't have a whole lot, let me tell you. The candle I just held up is called Warm Cotton, and the one I've got lit is Macintosh Apple. Thank you, Menno Fairy. My father was such a good dad, and a good husband, and a good provider. And I adored my father, and I adored my mother. So, but there's no, this is a yard site candle, if that was what you meant, Carrie. Yeah, and you light them on a date like a person passes away. Well, on their birthday, you light it, and it's amazing that little candle, because really what happens with candles, I think, is they get all juicy and then like they almost put themselves out because they produce so much liquid candle. But these don't. These don't. This will, I light it, will stay lit and it'll go down and there'll be no, like this one. After a while, you can see the juice. Right now it's doing fine, but if I might have to pour the juice out a little bit. So I do that. This is a candle I lit, and every now and then, like when I light it, I'll pour the juice into it so that I have link. I don't know what that says. I'm not the best at Jewish. I'm really not. What does that say? Speak English. I love candles. I used to like incense a lot more than I do now. I just think of my dogs having to breathe incense. It's not good for them, so I hardly use it. Yeah, that candle I will leave on. I'll put it on a little tray on the stove. I'll be safe. And it stays on for 24 hours. Hi, Pina Colada. First time. Hey. Well, welcome. I have a live stream on Mondays and Fridays. And I also put out videos. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for coming in. I know we were very lucky, Constantine. I really don't even know what it would be. I never was abused. I was just always thought of the kids were so important to my mom and dad and all of our family. We really had a very close aunts and uncles. Now everybody's gone. Everybody's passed. It's weird. Hi, Holly. Nice to see you. I don't know what Burning Roads is. What is that? Is that a movie or is that a show on that I just don't know about? I don't know. But we talk about all kinds of subjects here, and today's pretty much been what our favorite concert we ever went to, and also just in general we just chat. Oh, it's on YouTube. Burning Roads. Is it good? It must be good, or you wouldn't say. A lot of stuff's on YouTube. I tell you, YouTube's cool. If I didn't have TV, I mean, at least actually I could deal with not having TV. I would just do YouTube, but oh really? And that's her channel's called Burning Roads. Interesting. Pina Colada Rockin' Dust Fairy. She mentioned me. Is her channel Burning Roads? Because I'll check her out. I don't even know who that is. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. Because, you know, isn't it easy to forget? I forget easy. Lucreta. Burning Roads. I'll have to see. That's interesting that she mentioned me. Okay, I'll check it out. Joan Baez is I did see her in concert, and that was also fantastic. I saw her at UCLA. Maya, you have such sweet things to say. I don't know. Whatever's meant to be will be. I do put myself out here on YouTube. I never had a problem. I have had my channel hacked and taken away, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, people are pretty cool. I've had some crappy people, but I don't let them bother me. But I do meet a lot of nice people, so you're right. You never know who you're going to meet. And you got to be open to meet them. Hi, Butterbean Head. How's my girlfriend? Okay, Pina Colada says, from Eugene, Oregon, we're a bunch of new peeps wanting to become nomads, but if it weren't for her, it was Caravan Carolyn. Oh, there's so many RV channels to watch, actually. And if you're thinking about becoming an RVer or a full-time on-the-road person, watch a lot of YouTube, think about what you need, and you know, make sure you have all your comforts if you're going to do it, because you do need to be comfortable. I thought that I wanted to do that too. I thought I wasn't going to stop in Texas. I thought I was going to be able to pull this trailer to the Oregon coast. That was what I was going to do. I was going to pull my trailer all the way to the Oregon coast and park myself at an RV park and start from there. But my best friend in the world and her family live here in this town in Texas, so this is where I wound up. And I'm lucky because I have a very happy, safe place to be at the time. Don't know if it's my last place I'll live. I don't think so. I feel like there is actually something more. Something more for me. And I don't know what it is yet. But I'm going to keep on going. I'm totally myself, Holly. If you meet me in person, you're meeting the same exact person. I don't put on any kind of airs because I'm on YouTube at all. I'm a communicator, and thank God for YouTube, because I think I'd go crazy living in Texas in a tiny town and nobody to talk to and communicate on all kinds of subjects. So I'm really grateful I have this. Constantine, I hope so. I hope there's something better, something around the corner that I don't know what it is. I am open to meet some nice person and share my life with someone. They'd have to be special. I'd rather be alone than to be with someone that's abusive or you know, negative to me or making me feel bad. You got that right. Dare to Dream says I don't put any airs on, just lipstick. And I don't have any makeup on. None, except for my lipstick. You know me. Yeah, I think we do manifest things. And I really think as you think, so shall it be. So I'm always thinking about possibilities and being open. And I'm very open-minded. And, you know, I wouldn't want a guy in my life that's closed-minded and small town. That's why nobody here is for me. I need someone who's been around, who's genuine and loyal and good and honest and likes to have a nice time, 420 friendly. I've always needed lipstick. When I don't have lipstick on, I really feel like I'm pale. My lips are real pale. I don't mind not having face makeup on. I mean, I look better with makeup, don't we all? But I don't do it because I want you to all think I'm prettier than I am. You get me good in any other way I come. That's the way it is. But I do love makeup, and I'm a feminine female. I like jewelry and art and clothes. And Constantine, if you were straight, that would be so awesome. You never know. You never know. But people here in this little town, I've met a lot of people here, and even the men, and they're like, I hate to say it, I don't think I could be a farmer's wife, you know? Mark was telling me I had dinner at Kathy and Mark's tonight. They invited me. Lovely dinner, meatloaf, yummy, and all the trimmings. Mark says, Deb, you should meet yourself a farmer on farmers.com or something. And I'm like, I don't think I want to be with a farmer, you know? I don't think they want to be with an LA woman, you know? Doesn't work. Look at you go, Maryland. You're doing so good. Well, Constantine, we still could be best buddies and hang out together anytime. So, you know, I won't try to turn you straight. Yeah, it depends on what. Well, if they were certain kind of farmer, I could handle. Do you know what I mean? Now, these guys that like live out in the sticks, a 420 farmer, that would be more my style. I know you were kidding. Hey, Julie. How's Connecticut tonight? Are you having cool weather, and is the trees all turning? But Butterbean had a 420 farmer. Think about what 420 is. Hey, Lucy. Link says 420 friendly. Do you have a medical Texas weed card? Texas doesn't have medical weed cards yet. And when I was with my husband, we were thinking about traveling around, being nomads together before he got sick. And we were going to go to Colorado because they had legalized weed for us. But here in Texas, it'll probably be the last state to ever have legalized medical marijuana. But I would love that to be true because I find that it's much better than taking a bunch of pills. When you it's not for everybody, and I'm not pushing it. But I think that the people that have a drink at night to relax, people that have pain meds because they need to like lose some kind of tension that they have, I'd rather have medical marijuana if I could. But I'm not trying to say that it's for everybody, because it's not. Nothing's for everybody. Are you a Jew? Are you a Jew, Mr. Bones? I'm spiritual. And I was born with Jewish blood, but I'm not really Jewish when it comes to religion. Why would you ask, Mr. Bones? Do talk. Come on. Explain yourself. I won't pounce on you, I promise. Them Jews, man, they got all the money. What a joke that is. It's a joke. I'm being funny. Ha ha. Aren't we all kind of you know. Vanilla Rain said all of us were Jews at one time. True, if the Bible is so. Can you imagine in the days of the Bible people trying to write in stone all the rules and regulations? Well, yeah, smoking CBD flower without THC, there's no reason to smoke it. Jesus was Jewish, that's right. He was my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. I'm living in a small town in Texas where people smile and get to know your name. I never thought I'd ever want to live like this, and now I'm living in a small town in Texas. On Fridays, we all go to Bud's place, where you know most everybody there. I even know the cop and the mayor too, and our waitress Angie's baby's nearly due. That counts, Greg. Yeah, that's nice. Most places do these days. We don't have a signal, just a blinking light. McDonald's is an hour drive away. My friends think I flipped out, and I'm here to say I flipped out in a small town in Texas. Yes, I flipped out in a small town in Texas. Yeehaw. Thanks, Maya. I love to sing. I just sometimes break out in song. Interesting, Constantine. That's what Jews say. Jews say that Jesus was a prophet. I'm writing another song, but I just have words right now. And it says, one day goes into another. Each day feels like the one before. I can close my eyes, I hear your voice. I wonder who I'm singing about. Well, I don't think there's any 420 anything here in Texas. Of course I follow Bob Wells, yes. Lots of friends of Bob's are my friends. I know, sweetie. Everybody around me is a Christian, very, very, very into their Christianity, and they're all wonderful. I mean, I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus too. So I'm a Jew that has accepted Jesus also. Now, when I was a kid, my parents would have really freaked out me telling you that I believe in Jesus. Jewish people, when we're raised, we're not raised. We just don't talk about Jesus. It took me a long time to get that, to be even interested in accepting. But I don't know. I don't know what's really, nobody really knows. You can have faith and believe every word of the Bible if you choose to. Or you can say, well, that's not completely to me. I mean, if man had anything to do with it, it's messed up. Now, that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Who knows? And we are all God's children. We're all equal. And we should all be equal on this earth. So that's right, Marilyn. Decent people allow each other to have differences and still care and love each other. And that's the way I like to live my life. So, and it's really a personal thing. It is. It's personal. What you feel about God or not God, whatever you feel, it's your personal belief system, and you're allowed, thank God, we're allowed to feel the way we want. And I accept you guys for whatever you have, whatever beliefs you have, as long as you're not hurting people or me or animals. I think the worst people on earth are people that hurt animals and children. And if we could just be kind, like that word kindness, if everybody lived their life being kind and thinking about other people before they make remarks, it would be so much better on earth. I just made this one today. I put it on. Let me share it because it's got some really cool beads. I call it a chunky because it's more beads than the little beads. Like it's, you know, kind of, but it's real interesting beads. All kinds of glass and mother of pearl and crystals and cobalt blues in there, and oops, beautiful beads. It's 39 inches. There's one turtle. I stuck them in there. And a pretty heart. All mother of pearl heart. And there are pearls in there too. Freshwater pearls. Pretty. I love my necklaces. Yeah, no religion or politics talk is not happening. You're right. How long has it been since I smoked a bowl? You'll never know. Thanks, Butterbean Head. I love beads and crystals. It's going to be on Etsy. I didn't put it on. I'm going to take pictures tonight before I go to bed. Put that on. Also, let's see. There's another one I made. This is really pretty. It's already listed. This one's got little tiny beads in between. So it's a little more delicate. A lot of my new beads and some silver. These are really pretty. There's like 5 of them. Love that bead. They don't even show how beautiful they really are. But that's another really nice necklace. I just love beads. Look at all my beads. See all those? I made them all. All the artwork. Whoa! How come that turned on? TV just popped on. So I'll be putting the one I'm wearing on Etsy. Yeah, you could wear them together for sure. That's my hobby. My hobby arc is beads, crystals, vintage, any bead that it could be an old, beautiful, antique. I love all of them. I do. They're just all so unique, each one. And I really do take time to put them on. I don't just throw them on. I mean, you should, well, I'm going to set this up so you guys can see me make necklaces. So I think I'm going to end this chat. It's been really, really fun. I didn't even know what I was going to say tonight. I never do. But I started it a little late tonight because I had dinner at Kathy and Mark's. And then we played games. And before I knew it, I was like, oh my God, I forgot I had a live stream. So everything is cool. I hope you guys all have a really good rest of your evening. I do have an Etsy shop, and I'll put the link. The link is below all of my videos. And what else? I have Facebook and Instagram if you ever want to like join that. RV Debs on that one. I got all the regular stuff that everybody has. Yeah, I'm going to try to remember to put some photos together so you can see me when I was a kid. When I was 21, I got married. I've got some cute pictures. I really appreciate every single one of you that came in. Even when you don't share, I know you're here. Thank you. And those of you that have shared, you know, I appreciate it, because it wouldn't be fun if I had to talk and not read comments and get into what you guys are talking about. That's just how I do it. So until Friday, I'll do it live stream on Friday. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and I'll be putting a video out in a day or so. And until then, Lucy says, anyone know BTS? I don't know what that is. Thanks, Jewel. I appreciate you saying that. And Sheila, all of you. You guys are cool people, and I'm so glad you found me and I found you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I could stay here all night and talk, but I think I'm going to let you all have the rest of your evening to do your thing, and me too. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't. That would be really appreciated. Until I see you again, peace out, my friends. Be kind to each other. It's much easier. Much easier. Bye.